Hello and good evening. I hope everyone is doing very well. And I had talked to Mugure about the issue of RNs moving from Kenya or Africa or any other part of the country. And so today I asked us to have this meeting so that we can, I can share the insight that I have and we can discuss the issues at hand. So let us ask ourselves the question of why is it good to move out of the country that you are in? One is because of competitive compensation in the countries that you intend to go to. Because when we speak, for example, about the US for nurses, you will be paid from $25 to $60 per hour. And according to let us use Kenya, for example, in a month you are entitled to earn about 1 million Kenya shilling. While if we compare with what you are currently earning, that's a big amount of money. So also you are going to a developed country, so you will have access to first world amenities, and therefore it is good for your life. You will have first world country health amenities, hospitals. You will have good transport, reduced cases of accidents and all that. And so it gives you a chance to live a better life than you are living right now in our country that is filled with corruption and mismanagement as well as corruption. So also when you move to the US, for example, your nursing career is valued as a career. And it is also among the most paying jobs in the US. So you will be among the best paid people. And therefore you are not going there to become a struggler. You are going there to be a shining star. And also when you go there, you have the opportunity to develop back home because the cost of living back home is cheap. So you are able to build, you are able to acquire property, you are able to invest, and you can come back and retire. So what is needed to successfully move? So because of course we need to understand what you require. So one, you have your documents verified, and this is to see if they meet the US standards. And as I know is that Kenyan qualifications, including KMTC diplomas, meet the standards. So this one is done through an agency called CGFNS. This is a document verification agency, and it costs from 350 and above. Yes, yeah. So I think now we can start putting down the cost. This is the first cost that you will incur. Then you will receive a document from the CGFNS, and this document, you will receive two documents. One of the documents is a document that will be taken to after when you apply, you will create an account at CGFNS and you will send your transcripts to them. Then they will enter your information and send you a document that they will need you to take to your School of Nursing, for example, KMTC, for example, the University of Nairobi, or whichever school you studied in, whether in Kenya or wherever you studied in. So you will have to take it there and they will sign it and they have to send it themselves. You cannot send it. If you send it, it will not be accepted. So also because you are a licensed nurse, you are an RN, it means that you have a license. So they will also need to verify your license with the nursing board, with the Kenya Nursing Board. So you will take your certificate to the nursing council or the nursing board for verification. They will also have a document like the one you took to the medical school or the nursing school, which they will send directly through DHL or UPS. And this one, you have to insist on them so much because sometimes they don't want to send it because they don't want nurses to leave. So you have to follow up, ensure that they give you the tracking number if they send through DHL or UPS so that you can track and make sure that you have known that your documents have arrived. So the process of verification takes about 6 months. And after 6 months, you will receive something called the ATT. This is authorization to test. Authorization to test allows you now to do the NCLEX exams. So after you have received the authorization to test, you have 12 months. So you have 1 year to do the exam. if you do not do it within the 12 months, the ATT expires. So you are encouraged to do it as soon as possible. So this is now where studying comes, because you all know that that NCLEX is not an easy exam. So we will help you, for example, get material, or you can buy on your own. Materials cost about $300, and you can study for about 2 months or 3 months, depending on your preparation level. And after that, you book your exam at the Pearson Center. We have one now in Kenya, because before people had to go to India or South Africa, but now we are lucky. So the cost of that flight is now abated. So now you just go to Westlands and do your exam. So you will register, choose your preferred date, and then prepare, and then have the confidence, go do the exam. If you pass the exam, it is 150 questions, and you are given 5 hours to complete the exam. And if you are you are very confident and understand, you will pass at 85, the 85th question. But that doesn't mean that if you don't, you see it doesn't stop at 85 that you have failed. You can even pass at 120 or 130. So you will know your results after 48 hours if you have passed or you have failed. And I'm wishing you success. So if you have passed, now you are a registered nurse in the US. You are a USRN, because now when selecting to register to do the NCLEX, you will also have choose. That one will help you choose the right board of the right state. So you will now be registered as a USRN at a certain state that you chose for your NCLEX. But the good thing is that once you go and work in that state, you can do another board exam, and you can have multiple board, allowing you to move from one state to another. The good thing about NCLEX, it's a permanent one. Once you pass it, you will never do it again. So it's permanent. So now let us say you have passed the NCLEX. The NCLEX will cost you about, I think, $200, about $200. So already I think now we are about 1,000, let's say, including all materials and all that. So once you pass the NCLEX exam, that means now you have a license. So what happens is some states will require to see that you understand English, and therefore you will do a certain test called IELTS. So you will do the English exam, which is not as hard. If you pass the NCLEX, I can tell you this one you will pass. Then after that, this one will also cost a certain amount, about 100, I think, or 150. Then once you have done that, now this is where the most important thing comes in. And this is where you will need an agency, because there is, now you have started your immigration journey. Now you have started, going to apply for your visa. And for you to apply for your visa and to be sure that you will get it, there is something that is very important that is called the visa screen certificate. And this one guarantees you like 99% of the time that your visa will be issued. And this is now where agencies come in, and now this is where working with an agency makes sense and becomes advantageous. So if you don't want to use an agency, it's okay, but your visa is not guaranteed. But if you want to get a sure visa, you will have to use an agency, and that one I can tell you for sure. So now, let us say now you pass the NCLEX, you pass the English test, and now because for you to go and ask for a visa, you have to show that you have a job that you are going, because you are asking for mostly an EB3 visa, which is a green card for work, because nurses are guaranteed to get permanent residence, we say, once they move to the US. So what will happen is now you will have to find for an employer in the US, that's a hospital or a staffing company and all that, for yourself. But when we are working in an agency, you will not need to do that. The agency will look for a hospital for you and all that. So if you are doing it independently, you will have to go online, look for an employer, do your interviews with an agency. They prepare you for the interview. They support you to make sure that you are going to pass the interview, and they get you an employer. If you are doing it alone, you have to prepare yourself. You have to get adequate material to understand the interview. And also you have to do your own CV, a good CV that is acceptable in American standard as a CV. And then you find a job, you do the interview, you pass. So once you pass, your employer will be your visa sponsor. So if you're working with an agency, your agency will be your visa sponsor, and they will give you the green card. So after this now, you will now, you have now already gotten a job, you have passed the interview, you have gotten a job offer letter. Now you will apply for the EB3 visa and schedule an interview with the embassy. If it is you are working with an agency, the agency will use their immigration attorney to lodge a case for you in the embassy. They will send you they will send to the embassy before you go all documents to show that they are the one, they are your employer and all that. So if you are applying on your own, you can use your immigration attorneys, but it will be more expensive. So you better just use the normal way. You have your employment letter or offer letter. You go, you apply for the visa. You will go if you are going directly, like you are doing it independently, you first have to go and do your visa first. Then after you are successful with the visa, if you are going with your parents, with your children and your spouse, you will also apply for your spouse because it's a green card. So you are going to become permanent residents. You and your spouse and your children. So then after that, you will do the required medicals requirements, and they are not cheap. And then after that, you are ready to fly. So you will book your flight, you will take yourself to the employer, you will look for a house. Now let me, because I myself, I understand more of how to use an agency. Let me give you the benefits of using an agency. So when you are using an agency, one, the agency will pay for the cost of your document verification from step one, the 350 we talked about. They will help you they will guide you in all that. They will give you free materials to study for the NCLEX once your ATT has come out. They will book for you the NCLEX and pay for it. They will also, after you have passed the NCLEX, they will get you an employer. And also, once they have gotten you an employer, they will send you your documents to the embassy direct through their immigration attorney department, where they will attach a visa screening certificate, which will guarantee you almost 100% that you will get your visa. And how do you know that you will get your visa? Because these companies, for example, if you're applying independently, what you have to do is that you have to go do your visa, pass your visa, then do your medical exams so that you can travel. But for these companies, because they are sure that you will get a visa, they ask you to do your medical exams and your family's medical exam before the visa. They will pay for your medical exam. Of course, they will not pay for your family members because that is your burden. You are their customer. So they will pay for your medical exams and all that. Once you have positive, good medical exams, they will take you now to the embassy. They already have given all documents. Even when you go there, the questions will be asked once they look at your application and they see all those documents, like the visa screening certificate. They don't even listen to you. They know that you are guaranteed a visa. Then after that, you will get a visa. They will advise you on when to quit your current job that you're doing, and they will pay you for your ticket. Once they pay for your ticket, you will fly. You will go to Florida, where their office is. They will give you accommodation and they will give you like orientational education to welcome you to the US medical system, which is 5 weeks. You are living there, you are eating, you don't have anything. They will even welcome you at the airport. Then after the 5 preparatory season, they will take you to your employer in the state at which you are registered. They will give you someone like a person to help you to go to the job. The person will help you to get a house. They will pay for the house, you know, and they will ensure you get a house in a safe place. If you want a vehicle, they will allow you to buy a vehicle. They will give you a loan worth 30,000. Then they will also give you credit card. They will act as the sponsor of your credit card because you do not have credit history in the US. You know, they are making your life very easy. So now, why are they doing things? Because you are their customer. Once you start working, you will be their employee. You will work under them for a period of 6,000, no, 6,000 and 24 and 20 hours. And if once you finish, they will give you a certificate of completion that you have completed. And that certificate is very important because you will need it during application for citizenship in the future. Because do not forget, they are your green card sponsor. So take them very seriously. Some people go there, they work for some time, they run away and go to work independently because they see that the company, because definitely they have to scoop the money they used. So they will not pay you like other nurses. They'll give you a small, they'll take like $20. So you may be another nurse is being paid 50 and you're being paid 30 and you want to rush. But don't forget that rush will cost you in the future when you want to apply for citizenship. And also it will give you a bad reputation in the medical center. So now let us see. So all that. So you will work under the agency for 6,240 hours, and then they will get their contract finished, and they will give you a certificate of release. Then after that, during your contract, you will earn about $30 per hour. And after the release, a certificate is issued. Now you will move to another certificate to another hospital where you will be employed on your own without the company. So you will earn the full pay, about 55 plus per hour. So, and now on average, you will earn about 88,000 to 100,000 and above. You know that we are talking about 10 million and above in Kenyan shilling, or wherever you are. I think that's a good money. So then what are the benefits? With this amount of money, you can get a home in the US on mortgage, or you can save and buy. You will build a very good mansion back home for your family and for yourself for purposes of retirement if you will want to go back. You will change your children's life because now you are earning good money. They will study in good schools. You will be able to support your partner to build up a business or to study and all that. So for you to begin, one, you need to have worked in medical surgery, mostly bedside, for 2 years or more. And especially they recommend hospitals with the 200 plus bed capacity or more. Because why am I saying medical surge? It's because you are a foreigner. They cannot take you to ACU because they haven't worked with you to know you better and to allow you to work in the ICU. So the best start point is medical surgery, the bedside. Then after that, you can proceed. And you have also opportunity to study further to become a practitioner, or if you have a diploma, you can get a BCN, BSCN. Then, of course, you have to have worked 2 years and you have to be currently working. Another one, you have to be a registered nurse, of course, a currently registered nurse. You must not have a felony or, criminal record, and they will send you a fingerprinting document, which will be taken to the DCI or your investigation agency, and then it will be sent to the FBI in the US for your background check. And then now so if you are ready to begin, this is what we will do. I will help you register with the agency. You will receive a welcome email, and then you will be assigned a personal assistant to handle your case from start to your entry into the US. And so our work here is to give you information and to connect you with the opportunities. And that is our business. So of course, you are paying for that. So kindly note that this process, you can do it alone. You don't have to use the agency. Just know that it will be tough and expensive. But if you can afford, if you know the route, you are okay to do it. So I am not forcing you. You are not obliged. It is not a must that you use this agency. No, my work is to give you information. You see? So, and a major thing, the reason for considering using the agency is that they will be your employer and will be do job hunting for you, which can be difficult to do while you are in Kenya or whichever country that you are in. So thank you for your attention. I hope to see you as we start the journey. So I'll send my uh, email address and mobile phone number at the chat so that you can reach me whenever you want. Thank you for your attention.